Alright, I wanted to use this to show people how to play Loki because I feel like I did a lot of nice things in this match. Alright, so number one about Loki, number one rule, right? Let me just take this away. You know, usually you want to be smart with where you put your clones. Don't just put them anywhere. This is an okay formation. Like, typically, what you want to do is the number one thing is where you put your clone, you should be able to heal your tank, right? And this map is really weird, right? So, obviously, there's not many places to put it. If I put it here, it'll get easily destroyed. I could put one here to, like, you know, help this guy. But it's very important to be able to see your tank with, you know, at least one clone, preferably two, because that's where most of your healing will end up going. So that's number one. When you put your clones, put them in an area where they're kind of high ground, as you can see here. A nice spot, right?
Our enemies are here.
And you want to reload a lot. You saw me reload right away. Anytime all your people are full, just reload, right? Even if it's after one hit, you want to constantly be reloading. They reduced him from 12 shots to 10, and I don't feel the difference at all because I reload so much. I didn't even notice, you know? So you always want to be reloading when everyone's full, right? Because that means you don't need it right there. That's when, right? See? Notice my team is not in my sight anymore, so I have to follow them. And this is an awkward map to really heal from. And one of the most important things, right? If anybody has that red alert symbol, usually you want to send the clone to them and then use this ability. They call it the runes, and that saves them. Anytime you see that red, just send the runes to them. Send the clone, and then runes. All right. So now I have a Black Panther attacking me, right? And remember, you typically want to save one clone. As you can see, I have one left, and I have my switch ability. I have a Black Panther on me. He's gonna kill me. I switch, turn invisible, escape. No, he can't even see me. He does somehow find me here, but I have to keep running away. And my team's not collapsing because they're all diving us. Well, actually, they are collapsing. But one of the most important things, keep an eye on your healer. We're in chaos right now, trying not to die. Putting a clone there, getting ready to heal, right? Now they have a Hulk. We're kind of getting destroyed here. I got my clone though. When the fight is over, just leave the battle. Don't just hang out too long. And as you can see, tried to get away, right? There was a magic on me. I had to use my clone. So you always want to have a clone in a nice spot. This was a bad clone by me. It would have been, but the problem is that if I put it here, it won't see my tanks. I should have put it here, but I didn't have a nice angle to put it there. But typically you want to remember, let it see your tanks and put it somewhere where it won't be easily taken down, where it has a nice view of everyone. This is not a good clone. Another important thing about having clones up here is that it allows you to, you know, when I do the switcheroo, I want to have it in a good spot. If I switch to this spot, it's terrible, right? Another rule about Loki is two things, right? When you're finally found a stable position, stand still or be behind cover, or try to be both. Why? Because have you ever watched the Jurassic Park? The T-Rex does not attack you if you don't move. If you don't move, they won't attack you. But you have to be behind cover so they don't even see you. And when they see multiple clones standing still, they're typically like, I guess they're all clones. Usually people won't even try to hit you. If you make it obvious which one you are, they will go after you and force your cooldowns. If you're behind cover, they won't even see you. See, look, I'm not moving, so nobody even knows. I got hit, so I had to go behind the wall. So that might be in theory a bad clone. Now, here's why it's not a horrible clone, because it's the only way that I can... Well, I assumed my tank was here. I guess that's just a BP. But whatever. So now I have to heal my healer and do some damage. That's not a good clone either, but I was trying to put it too quickly. Usually you want it on the edge, so it can actually hit correctly. And now my healer's under attack. Always want to heal your healer. Try to find your tank. Usually you want to find your tank. Where's my tank, right? Now I'm behind cover, right? I'm getting ready to steal. Usually when you steal when you use Cloak and Dagger ult, find your tank and go to them. Stupid Cloak and Daggers never do this. They just let you die. Gold saved his life, right? I saved him. Now he has. That's where you want to put it. And now my team dies anyways, even though we had a nice ult there. So now, yeah, usually you want to save this for your teammates, but if you think you're gonna die, if your health goes to like 150 or you're under attack and you don't think you can switch in time, then just use it for yourself. So how do I survive this? I don't even know if I do survive this. Oh, I do. Okay. Yeah, you always want to be ready. If you have a clone ready, you can always escape. And now look, I'm behind cover. No one even knows I'm here. No one's gonna even try to find me. Right? Like, if you were the Hulk right now, who would you think is the real one? Maybe that one? That one's in such a bad spot that people will just ignore it. That one's in a good spot. But, you know, if I'm all the way here, sneaky, I can play from there. So look, I'm ready to find a stable spot and just stand still. Now I see a lot of people on alert, but unfortunately I did not save them. I probably should have saved them. Now look, I can save my tank here. If he actually goes to the thing. So now look at this nice spot I'm in. Who's gonna even come after me? And if they do, I'll just escape. It's just like frustrating to even try to waste your time. Look, and they have 3 divers. Oh, do they? Yeah, they have, well, yeah, they have 3 divers, and they're just kind of giving up on them. They're not even trying to get us. Even my invis, because I healed her so much, they kind of gave up on it. So now I have a nice clone there, but look, I don't go in the battlefield. I just retreat to cover, where don't let people see you. The longer it takes for them to find you, the longer it takes them to find the real clone, the more likely they won't attack you. See how it's on the edge, that one? That was a better clone than the other ones.
You stop them in their tracks.
See, as soon as I start to see the Hulk, I retreat a little bit. Get into cover, right? Don't let them see me. Don't just stand in the stupid spots. I will use that thing there so everyone, you know, it's good to put these sometimes in the middle of a fight where you know there's a fight about to happen. And they were about to kill her for her to not ult. But then I was able to save them to let them get their ult off. Now we're safe for a few seconds.
But don't let it go to your head. No chance against the warrior born. Only 60 seconds left.
So nothing's happening, so I can play a little aggressive here.
No worries. I've got your back.
See, look, okay, I missed that one, but as you can see, I was going for that high ground. See, I'm behind this, right? Because now, how would you know which one was me, right? I'm just standing still. Really, like, yeah. Like, there's no chance they're getting me. If they come and get me, I'll just switch. I have my runes. Like, I have like 20 outs. You know? Now I hear Iron Fist, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this team's not that good. I don't even know what the hell they're doing right now. Okay, so now they do this. I'm gonna just ult for it because I probably should have ulted earlier. That was bad on my part. Okay, so now they have this, and we don't really have a response to it. This is where you kind of like... See, my clone was bad because it couldn't hit them. So you want to always put it in a spot. I should have put it up here, where I can actually hit the tank. And I'm behind the wall, right? So no one even sees you. Like, you're not even visible. Another trick is, if you really need urgency, close the distance. You gotta put a clone right there. Even though it might not survive long, it can save them. Right? If you don't have a rune, especially. It didn't save them, but usually it does work. So I have my clone available. still trying to fight this one out. I go high ground, hidden, right? No one can see me. But unfortunately, we lose. I don't even know if I survive this. I don't. They finally get me though. I had one death, but my whole team has a lot. Alright. So now I want to put my clone in a spot where I can see my tank somewhere high. Even though this looks like it's in the middle of the battlefield, it really isn't. No one's gonna probably want to come up here anyways. And now I find another nice spot up there, right? Now I have an eye on my tank with it. And I'm gonna kind of creep into this corner here. I should have ruined there. Sometimes I don't do it. Now see, the Hulk is hitting the wrong one because I'm standing still. And he gave up. He's like, alright, I don't even want to try. See? He's like a T-Rex. He saw me not moving and he's like, oh. You know, he assumed nothing. So if I'm in like a weird, you know, kind of creeping into a corner like that. See, I saw the red alert and I sent a clone and I gave him the runes. But as you can see, I'm like in this spot here where, you know, you wouldn't know which one is the clone. Maybe it's that one. Who knows? Moving is very, you know, you almost want to think, okay, is it okay to move now? When can I stand still? Look, I have a nice cover here. I look to my corner, make sure I'm safe. I have a good angle, but the clone on the right is no good, right? It doesn't have the angle. And I'm prepared when I have this setup. Because if they come to me, see, look, I'm in, he didn't even try to attack me. If I was moving, he would have went for me. See, I started moving and they started attacking me. And you know, one thing I learned, if you're too hard to kill, the divers stop trying to challenge you. They're like, you know what? I'm not even gonna get this guy. So now I sent this as almost like a temporary support ult while I try to get, you know, just to keep people in the area alive. In the meantime, I'm gonna try to steal this. It's awkward. You have to always look at it. Look at what you're about to steal. Use your eyes. Don't just think you got it. Whatever, steal that. It's good to come back actually. If you go too long, you end up dying sometimes because it's hard to get all the way back because you're too slow. So I would say don't ever go all the way down. You loop around, maybe go left or something, but don't go all the way around with Cloak and Dagger ult unless you really think you're gonna get a nice kill here. This team is very vulnerable. Let's just get this, stretch this thing out, kill them, right? It really depends on the situation, but if that team is fully strong, you don't want to go all the way down because then you get picked, right? So it really depends on the situation. And I sense that it's ending soon. I'm ready to go. I hear get ready, Deathchild. I melee by accident because I was trying to say fall back. So that kind of, I actually ended up dying because of that. I really should be invisible here. But it's okay. I was trying to tell everyone fall back because you know what? If I don't have an ult, the Invis doesn't have an ult, we're not going to survive this. And players need to understand that. Right? That no matter what role I play every role. I know when to leave the battlefield and survive. Unfortunately, a lot of players just die to this stuff, and I'm like, listen, if Star-Lord is ulting and we don't have a support ult, you gotta hide. You know, and people just stand in the battlefield. I'm like, dude, what do you think's gonna happen? Punisher, if you hear Punisher's ult, you gotta leave. You're not gonna survive that. Over here, my positioning is not great. That's because I came out the portal. I want to fight her, but at the same time, I have to help my team. It's an awkward spot. And this, look, here's another thing. So he's fighting the thing. Here's the thing. So he's fighting them, and I decided, listen, one of the most important things, you got to close the distance. If his health is low and you need to save him, and I don't have a runes, I got to close the distance. Just go up to him. Even though it's risky, it's not really risky in this situation because they only have one left. So remember, closing the distance keeps people alive. Now standing still, right? In theory, I should be standing still here to mask my, you know. And there's that girl there. And that was it.